Full disclosure, I am fully aware of Apple products, but I am primarily an Android user. But my wife was an Apple convert early on. My wife has an Apple MacBook Pro that she has used now for over 7 years without any issues whatsoever. Her computer today actually runs better, faster than the day we bought it 7 years ago. Apple does not believe in building planned obsolescence into their products. In fact, when they change their operating system or they upgrade something, they automatically present that free of charge to those customers who had loyal faith in them earlier on. They call it pushing their new technology. So I want to show you the computer of today, the laptop computer of today, and also your laptop for the future. This is the Apple MacBook Air. All that Apple has is a MacBook, an Air, and a Pro. They don't have 64 different lineations in between. You've got your MacBook, which is their basic. The MacBook Air was designed for transportation and travel. It is razor thin, super lightweight, and gorgeous. The MacBook Pro is the more advanced model designed for people involved in graphic arts, those people who are going to be film editors, things of that nature. This is the sweet spot in the Apple universe. You have 3 colors to choose from. We have silver, which I have over here. Let me turn this around so you can see it. We have what they refer to as space gray. They're close. And then we have gold. Although they're gold, and Michael, back me up on this or correct me, it's kind of skewed a little bit more towards a rose gold, is it not?
Totally agree. Yes, Dan,
okay.
Indeed it is. It's very rose gold.
If you want the silver, I've got fewer than 40 remaining at $1,379. All right? Now, what we're doing here is we're giving you a lot more than just the MacBook Air and the charging cable. We include a fitted case. We give you a carry case with it. All of this stuff is behind me. I'll show it to you up close in just a moment. We're giving you a Bluetooth series of headphones. We're giving you a 10-foot USB-C extension cord because it's kind of nice to be able to plug things in from a longer distance. And those are all things that you don't normally get. We're also giving you a voucher for additional software and programs that Apple does not provide on its own. Then we have Easy Pay. On Easy Pay today, I've got 5 payments at $276. Apple does not offer that. Even better, I told you at the beginning of the show that we were going to have some pretty cool offers on the Q card today. This is one of them. We have an 18-month financing program that's interest-free for 18 months, a year and a half. That drops your payments for the Apple MacBook Air to $76.67. And Michael, let's bring them up to date on this. This particular version of the Apple MacBook Air was the very first one that offered the M1 chip, which is a chip which was designed by Apple specifically for this computer. That means integration and speed are remarkably fast. You've got features like the BACKLIT keyboard that everyone loves. You've got a high-definition screen that's going to offer you a better experience than watching your high-definition screen on your living room wall. There's more pixels on this screen than there are your big TV. Let's talk about some of the other features, and Michael, feel free to talk over the video.
Thanks, Dan. The MacBook Air, listen, it is just a game changer. I mean, wake up mode. We'll start right there. You literally open it up, it wakes up and says hello. 13-inch diagonal LED retina display. Talk about a display. The number of pixels in this is like 1 million more than what's in your TV. You have that M1 chip, which we'll talk about. It has Wi-Fi 6, not Wi-Fi 5, Wi-Fi 6. Comes with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of solid state drive. You have so much battery life on this machine. You will really, truly almost never need to charge it because it works all the time. It works for you. A magic backlit keyboard, a beautiful sensory keyboard, touch ID sensor. Once you go to this, you're going to never, ever be able to click on a laptop again without having what this MacBook Pro offers you. External stereo speakers. You've got just a few simple ports. It does come, I love this, 720p FaceTime HD camera. FaceTime is built in. 2 simple ports. That's it. It doesn't need a ton. My watch is going off, by the way. It's just, it can't even wait until we get to the watch portion of our Apple Hour. But we're still on the MacBook Air. Listen, I too, like you mentioned at the top of the hour, Dan, top of the segment, your wife has a MacBook Pro. Yeah. Guess what? I have a MacBook Pro and I have a MacBook Air. Guess which one I use more of?
Probably the Air.
By 5 to 6 times, I am using this Air all the time. You know why? Because it's lightweight, it's powerful, it's fast, it's more than you have at home right now. It's more than you need, and it's so portable. Like you said, Dan, Apple came out with this because they wanted students and business people to be able to have a machine to travel with that was lightweight, right? This is lightweight. It is razor thin, just like you said. But Michael, nothing is compromised on the inside of this.
Just got my earpiece, and he goes, yeah, first of all, Fran is a big Apple fan. He goes, it's like the weight of a tablet, but it does a lot more. You've got a ton more power. So... can I show the accessories up close? Because this is what you don't get at Apple. One thing you get at Apple, and you'll also get it here, is that really pretty white box that all Apple products come in, which when you buy an Apple product, for some reason you save the box for the rest of your entire life. I don't know why, but we all do. Yeah, bring one out, Jerry. Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, I love Apple's packaging. Okay, so you're going to get the box, you get the charger. We're giving you a neoprene case and your choices of red, blue. The next one is what? Green. We have white and black. You're then also going to get this, and this, I cannot tell you how important it is. This is a metal stand for your new Apple that allows you to set it on a tabletop at the perfect angle, instead of it being sat flat on a tabletop. You don't get that when you buy it at the Apple Store. You're going to get Bluetooth wireless earbuds. You've got an extension cord so that you can plug it in and not have to struggle with it. You're getting a 4-port USB power strip. You're getting a mouse pad and a wireless mouse. And you've then got choices here on your hard shell case of either the black, we then have plum, we're calling this white marble or white, we have a clear, and then this is kind of cool, that one is called Galaxy. The Galaxy is always popular, but that's why so many people buy their Apple products here as opposed to going to the Apple Store, because you're going to get a lot more for your money here. Plus, we've got the financing program, 18 months that breaks down to $76.67, or the 5 easy pay payments on your charge card. So there's a lot of different ways to go, a lot of ways to enjoy. The storage capacity on this and the fact that it's a solid state drive is a big, big factor, Michael. Describe the difference between a solid state drive and the old-fashioned hard drive.
Sure, and especially if you are not using an Apple product as of right now, Dan, I'm afraid you may be using something with a spinning classic hard drive. So the difference is on the inside of the machine. Now what we have and what the Apple MacBook Air with the M1 chip features is a solid state drive. It means there are less moving parts on the inside of your laptop. It means that the parts don't run together, don't spin together. There's not metal on metal. It's not creating friction. It's not creating heat. It doesn't have more moving parts on the inside. Everything that's inside of here is a solid state drive, which is the updated, advanced version of a hard drive. It's faster, it's quieter, it's simpler, and it's absolutely the way to go. And another thing, while we have my little camera going right here, you have 2 simple ports on the side of this machine. They are your USB-C ports, which are kind of the wave of the future. But one of the accessories that you get with this bundle is a little USB dock, right? So this has a USB-C port on the end of it. You plug it in here, and let's say you still have a few accessories that require a regular USB charging port. Well, you've got 4 additional ports now right here. You don't have any USB ports on your machine, but you have USB ports now with this accessory. You've also got that long extension cable. By the way, you know, while we can, let's take, Dan, you said it a second ago. I love knowing that my choice in cases is one of the most popular, and that is that I think we call it Galaxy.
Yeah,
Galaxy, right? Look how cool this is. It's literally my first and favorite case that I've ever put on a MacBook Air. And because I use this so much, I absolutely positively wanted to put the case that comes with this on it. And the stand, first and ever stand I've ever had. Absolutely use it. It does absolutely put your machine at the right angle. Simply pop it in there, and I can either display my machine on QVC or I can turn it around this way. But especially for the Zoom calls like we talked about earlier, we're using our machines to communicate, whether it be for personal or for professional work.
Yep.
So the stand is also just a really great accessory.
Once you use the stand one time, you'll wonder how you've been sitting this thing flush on a tabletop. The worst place to put a laptop computer is on your lap. It's not comfortable. So we give you all the accessories to make it such. All right, so one of the new features that is really cool that's built into this Apple MacBook Air is something called Wi-Fi 6. The speed of Wi-Fi in your home is somewhat determined by anyone else living in that space who is also using Wi-Fi. And during the pandemic, when we had the living room being the schoolroom, the kitchen being the office, you know, the deck being another office because both parents were working from home, Wi-Fi speeds just dropped and diminished exponentially. Wi-Fi 6 almost creates like its own separate lane on the highway and gives first priority to this machine, which means if you are in a home that has several users of Wi-Fi, you're going to be much quicker. You're not going to have any lag time. That solid state drive, first of all, could be 15 times faster than a hard drive in being able to access what it is that you're looking for. And all of these come to be a competitive advantage in schooling, a competitive advantage in the office place, and also a more pleasurable visual experience. I'm kind of proud of myself. Yeah. Last night was a big high-tech night for me. I hate to brag, Jerry. I do, but you're looking at the proud owner of HBO, Max, streaming, portable devices. That's right. That's right. Okay? I'm a little late on. I swear that the pandemic is the only reason any human being has seen the show The Tiger King. No one would have watched that if it weren't for a pandemic. Fran, what'd you say? Oh, the webcam. Everybody is now connected with a webcam. Okay, I want to turn this one around. I'm going to turn the space gray one around because it's actually easier to see. Your webcam has the ability to be opened or closed on Mac and Apple products. Now that might not seem like a huge thing, but if you're like me and I'm just a privacy nut, I've been sticking Post-it notes over my camera, you know, for the last decade. I use my webcam almost every single day. I need it for my Teams meetings, but my 2 grandbabies, Michael, they live 600 miles away from me. I have to see them. And that's how we communicate. We communicate through Skype. And to be able to, it's one thing to hear someone's voice over the phone. It's another thing to see their smile. So we need to reconnect. We were all so bad at it for the last 2 years. It's funny, when we have people coming back into the studio, you don't see people shaking hands or hugging. You see a lot of elbows. Yeah. Everybody's still germophobic and we don't know what to do. So webcams connect us, and I think those are important considerations. Was that rambling? Was that considered rambling? No, keep going. Was it concise in any way? Going real good. I actually got bored hearing my own voice. That was weird. It happens a lot.